Grace signed. Not again. This cannot be happening. Joy chipped in. But I warned you. I told you not to give it to him. All these men are same thing. They see a rich lady and they will just take advantage of her kind heart. That's why I don't have any business with them. Mary was speechless. She's equally consoling Grace. It's the second time Grace is getting her heart broken. She always loves unconditionally, but unluckily to her, the love she gives will never returned. The reason for this current heartbreak was as a result of Donald. Donald was in a relationship with Grace. Donald appeared to be different, loving and very devoted to their relationship when she met him. Donald was struggling to make ends meet. Grace didn't mind as long as they loved each other and gave each other peace of mind. She was okay with that. Before Donald came, Grace was dating a very wealthy guy named John. John and Grace love could perfectly be seen as match made in heaven, or so did Grace think. John and Grace dated for 3 years. John presented himself as a wealthy, rich guy, but unknown to Grace, John was nothing but a gold digger. When Grace thought everything was perfect, that was when she found out that John is a married man with kids. This landed Grace in the hospital. It was a dark moment for her. So when she finally met Donald and Donald opened up to Grace how he was struggling with his business, Grace decided to be with Donald and lend him a listening ear. After 6 months of being with Donald, Grace was convinced that Donald is a good guy and the one for her. So when he asked Grace to assist him financially, Grace did not even waste time. She gave Donald a huge amount of money to boost his business. Grace was still crying and feeling sad when she got a call, and it was her mother. Grace's mother called Grace to find out if she was still coming back home to show them Donald. Grace didn't say anything, rather she started to cry. Grace's mother, hearing her daughter cry, this broke her heart. Grace's mother simply asked her to come back home as soon as possible. Grace got home and she told her mother everything that happened. Her mother gave her a warm hug and told her not to worry, that sooner or later her own mom will find her. Fast forward to a few months later, Grace met with an old classmate. Grace wasn't sure if the relationship will work out, but then she doesn't want to remain single just because all the men in her life dumped her. So she decided to give her newfound love a chance. After 3 months, Grace and David, the new guy, got married. Grace was so happy. She thanked her stars that finally she can love and be loved in return. One day, Grace's mother came visiting Grace at her home. When she came, she wasn't welcomed very well by Grace's husband, David. Anytime Grace was at work, David would be acting so strange towards Grace's mother. It didn't take long when Grace's mother overheard David making a phone call and answering whoever that was on the call, telling him or her that soon he will win the jackpot and will leave Grace. He went on saying that he only came to pretend and showed Grace fake love because he needed her money, that soon he will get what he wants and he will file for a divorce. Grace's mom, after listening to this, quickly pretended that she didn't hear anything. When Grace came back from work, Grace's mother narrated everything she witnessed and heard to Grace. Grace was so surprised. If it was another person that told her, she wouldn't have believed. But coming from her sweet mother, she knew that she was saying the truth. Grace and mother started thinking and plotting a way out. Finally, Grace came up with an idea. She planned it with her mother to pretend that she was broke and have lost everything. She would tell her husband that her company incurred so much debt from the bank and hence the bank seized everything from her. Grace's mother affirmed to the plan. The next day, Grace came back from work and was crying. She cried so much that her mother asked her, What happened? Why was she crying? Grace didn't even say a word. She was crying when her husband came in and asked her what the problem was. Grace now opened up to her husband and told her that she has lost everything. How her company has been seized by the bank because of unpaid debt. Her husband was angry but pretended that all is well and told his wife that all will be okay. After Grace and her mother have carried out their plans, Grace's mother decided to leave Grace and went back to her own husband's house. Immediately Grace's mother left, David changed totally. He started keeping late nights. He would party hard and come back home drunk. Grace dare not question him or his whereabouts. Grace continued to enjoy her husband's necessity just to confirm if truly he married her just because of her money. Grace continued to be a good wife, but David worsened. It got to the point where David hit her and she fainted. David left Grace and ran away. It was their gate man that came in and took Grace, who was still unconscious, to the hospital. The doctor in the hospital treated Grace and found out that she had a miscarriage as a result of the severe beating she received from her husband. Just because her supposed husband came home with another woman and gave her divorce papers to sign, Grace happily signed the divorce papers, and the husband was angry. He started cursing Grace, saying that she was bad luck and how she made him not to have money, how she scattered his plans of having a good life. Grace simply told him that she knew that he is a gold digger. If he got angry and beat her up, that resulted to Grace fainting and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor, hearing this, was so angry and felt pity on Grace. Grace called her mother and narrated everything. Grace's mother quickly called the police and they tracked Grace's ex-husband and arrested him. Since that day, Grace and the new doctor became good friends. Grace was still pretending to the doctor that she had no money, but the doctor didn't mind. He told Grace that everything happens for a reason, as he just found out that his ex-wife cheated on him and gave him another man's child. That he conducted a DNA test, found that, and divorced her. So he understood very well what she was going through. He also assured her that he won't break her heart as long as they are an item. Long when Dr. Emmanuel started dating Grace, he introduced Grace to his family members. Grace also introduced Dr. Emmanuel to her own family members. Grace and Dr. Emmanuel got married and gave birth to 3 kids within 5 years of their marriage. It was even in the 2nd year of their marriage that was when Grace opened up and told her husband that she wasn't really broke, that she didn't lose her company, that she just had to pretend because she has been through a lot. She wanted to know if truly he loved her. At first, Dr. Emmanuel was angry, but decided to forgive her lovely wife. After all, it doesn't matter if she was poor or rich. All that matters was the fact that they loved each other and they are now happily married with beautiful children to take care of. Grace thanked him and was happy that finally love found him. Grace resumed work and her company started off very well again. Grace and her husband lived happily ever after and their marriage was blessed. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Please like, share, subscribe. Remember to on the notification bell so when I post new videos, you'll be notified, okay? So guys, kindly subscribe because I'll be posting new stories every single day. I will post both true life stories, both fiction, and what may not. So kindly subscribe, alright? And please share my videos and let us know where you're watching from. You can leave a comment in the comment section and tell us where you're watching from, okay? And let us know if you enjoyed this particular story. I would really love to hear from you in the comment section, okay? So I'll see you on my next video, guys. Remember, your notification bell needs to be on for you to be notified. I'll be posting new videos every day. Yes, you heard me. I'll be posting videos every day. So please do not skip advertisements in case it pops. So kindly watch. Please just watch, okay? And also remember to always share. I'll see you on my next videos. Let us know if you if you learned anything from this story in the comment section as well. I'll see you guys later. Bye.